What is happening, dudes? This is Trent Kanuga, and while I am an artist working in the video game industry, I am also a gamer. And one of the things I like to do here on my YouTube channel is I like to talk about some games that I've been playing. Well, right now, or just recently, I finished playing Just Cause 3, and for a long time I was reluctant. I was reluctant to buy this game because it's $60 and I was like I'm not like a fan of the series. I hadn't played any of the other ones or anything like that. I picked it up because I was like I just want some like crazy action, some excitement. I think I got it at a Christmas deal on Amazon for like $30. And man, I was mistaken about the price tag, man. This game is definitely worth the full 60. In fact, I would venture to put it into my top 5 games of 2015. That's right. It's right up there. And right up there with Fallout and Phantom Pain and geez, there were a lot of great ones last year. But this game, okay, so here's the deal. You are Rico, and I don't know his last name, and I don't know really much about what the story's about. All I can say is the story is ridiculously kind of bad, actually. In a lot of cases, I mean, you're cruising around, you're blowing everything up. Every structure blows up, all these towers blow up. There are tons of these villages, and you go in and you liberate the shit out of these guys. I mean, you're blowing up their buildings, you're blowing up their houses, you're blowing up their towers, you're blowing up the gas pipes that are sitting out around it. You're jumping into helicopters and you're nuking the hell out of their town, and then the guy just flies off in his wingsuit like liberated fuckers. Like I don't know how when they were writing this they didn't realize that this is essentially, I mean, you're the bad guy. And yet, every time, like you drive down the road after you just blew up like 5 towns and quote liberated them, you got people on the road that go, "Oh, look, it's Rico. Hey, Rico. Hey, Rico noticed me." So you're like a celebrity explosives guy or something, just like terrorizing this town. I don't know. It's or this whole country. Like there's this entire, like I think a continent. There's like 3 continents, and when you zoom out on the map, it's unbelievable how huge this game is. Um, there was so much to do. I probably clocked like 60 or 70 hours, and I could have just kept going. I could have just kept on going. For your money, I mean, flying around in the wingsuit alone is fun as hell. Uh, Popping out your parachute to catch some more wind, using the grappling hook along rocks to just barely skim along the ground. There isn't much use for cars, even though you can jack any car in the game, you can jack any plane in the game, any boat in the game, any helicopter in the game. Everything is like something that you can steal and then use for your own means of destruction. There's all these little challenges along the way. So if you want to get better at the wingsuit thing, the more you do these challenges, these some of them are time trials, some of them are other kinds of challenges where it's like blow up the town as fast as you can. As you complete them, you gain a ranking system, and that ranking system then gives you these gears that you can use to upgrade your abilities. So now you can leap farther, or you can travel faster, or you can some of the cars will go faster, or for instance, you'll of course increase your weapons and ammo and things like that. And then you unlock things where you can drop any weapon or any car or weapon or vehicle of any kind that you've brought back to your garage. You can just have it airdrop to your location, which is also badass. In a lot of ways, it's kind of like GTA. In the sense that there's like no consequences for almost anything that you do. Jacking like tanks and then blowing up towns, blowing up bases. Um, like it's really open world, and it really does allow you the freedom to go anywhere you want. There were some air bases where they house F-16s, and I was all stoked to steal an F-16 because I wanted to, try it out. But then there's like these bombs that are dropping on the base as you're invading it. I don't know. They're just trying to like carpet bomb the whole place. And those kind of create some interesting new challenges. I think they were just trying to make it more challenging because for the most part, you get access to everything. You get access to every weapon, every vehicle throughout the whole game at any time. If you can capture it, if you can hijack it, it's yours. There were a ton of vehicles that I never got to play around with. There were a ton of boats. There were a ton of scenarios, the chases and things like that I didn't really even get to play around enough with, even after 60 hours. It is definitely worth your money. The only gripe I have is that essentially, like I said, you're a bad guy. And even when you fight the end boss, and I don't want to spoil anything by saying who he is or anything, but when you fight the end boss, at some point he's like, I only wanted to bring peace. And then you shoot him. So I guess that's how you end a Just Cause game. Specifically, I had a lot of fun playing around with the grappling hook too. There's like this grapple where you launch or you fire it into something and then you attach the second part to another object. You can see it in the video, and you can pull down things. You can pull down towers. You can pull down cars. You can pull stuff along everywhere. You can attach any vehicle to a helicopter and then fly that helicopter around and move that vehicle anywhere you want it to go. This game would be super badass with multiplayer, like cooperative multiplayer or something like that. But it's almost too much freedom. You can. At some point, I had taken over, or like I had hijacked this massive jet, and I was just lobbing trucks down onto villages, and just everything was exploding everywhere. Total chaos. Nobody does it better than Just Cause. In contrast, I there were a few instances where, God, I can't believe I would actually want anything more out of this game. But I had just come off of playing Metal Gear Phantom Pain, and I love the stealth aspect of that game. Looking at this game, there were so many instances where I'm coming up on a base and I'm like, I would have liked to strategize my approach a bit more. You do get a lot of different varying methods of approach, but they're all guns blazing. They're all guns blazing approach. It's like you can either roll in with a tank or dive bomb the place with a jet. You could just fly over it. There were a few towns that I cleared never even going into the town. I just carpet bombed the whole place, which was pretty fun. Um, and then you get this really ridiculous kind of bad commentary from the radio announcer talking about how they're trying to conceal your destruction, that they meant to shut down that town and rebuild it or whatever. The comedy, the sense of humor, it doesn't really do it for me much, but the action is tight. The action is super top notch. Anyways, that's pretty much my 2 cents on the whole game. I absolutely recommend it. If you can get it at a cheaper price on Amazon, absolutely go for it. But like if you got the cheddar, man, this is a good game, especially if you like open world games and you like a lot of action and chaos. To give you a point of contrast, I had picked up an RPG, Xenoblade, for the Wii U, and I played it for like I think an hour one night, and then I fell asleep playing it. And I was like, I don't think I can. I was all excited, to play it, and then I got Just Cause in the mail the next day from Amazon, and I popped it in, and I couldn't put it down for a month. It was addictive as hell. So absolutely, 10 pickles, go out and pick this one up. It's a buy. Absolutely. All right, dudes. If you like these videos and you like to hear my commentary on some of the games that I play, please leave comments in the section below. And if there's a specific game that you'd like to hear my thoughts on, go ahead and make your suggestions in the comments below. Furthermore, if you hated this game or if there was something that you liked about it, feel free to discuss in the comments section. I'm posting in there with some frequency as well. I just love opening my yap about video games. I work at home. I don't work in a game studio anymore, so I don't get to just do the water cooler talk about whatever cool game is out. So YouTube is my water cooler now, and I appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't yet already, please subscribe and check out my art videos. I talk a lot about how to draw and stuff in my other videos. So, all right, ciao, baby.